These companies are completely missing the mark. So Miller Lite's in trouble, with the spotlight being on Bud Light and other beer brands after Bud Light's massive blunder with the Dylan Mulvaney partnership. Miller Lite has been exposed for an ad they put out actually before the Bud Light controversy. But this is just another woke ad because these companies just don't get it. They don't understand their core customer. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Miller Lite ad.
Here's a little known fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever. From Mesopotamia to the Middle Ages to colonial America, women were the ones doing the brewing. Centuries
Do you have any proof of that?
later, how did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis. Wow. Look at this wild. It's time beer made it up to women. So today, Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their but the whole beer industry's Miller Lite has been scouring the internet for all this and buying it back so that they can turn it into good for women brewers.
What's up with all the cussing? I mean, I think women should be a little bit more modest, especially when speaking publicly like this. I mean, people in general should be more modest, not so vulgar.
Literally, good How, you ask? Ladies, take it away.
First, we turn the bad into compost. Then we feed compost to worms. Push out beautiful fertilizer.
That good helps farmers grow quality hops,
which is then donated to women brewers to make their own really good
But there's definitely more out there. In your attic, in the garage, in your parents' basement. Send any you got into Miller Lite, and they'll turn that into good too.
So instead of women in bikinis, we want to see this lady walking around cussing wearing a sweater. I mean, I don't know about that.
Oh. So here's to women, because without us, there would be no beer.
So terrible commercial. Does Miller Lite know that 65% of their sales have consistently come from men? Maybe they're doing this pro women thing, trying to say, "Oh, we need more women. We need more women customers." But you can't do it like this. You can't do it by alienating your male customers, because you'll get some pro-feminist women who may appreciate this. I don't know how much this will boost your sales, but you'll probably lose more sales than you're going to gain by putting out an ad like this. And it came at just the worst time. The timing was horrible. All of the protesters, the boycott is looking really effective against Bud Light. So now these same individuals have Miller Lite in their target. And Miller Lite should have got ahead of this. They should have seen what's going on with Bud Light, and they should have released other ads showing that they're not the same as Bud Light, that they can do better, that they're more for the customers. You saw how that lady, the marketing executive, Heinerscheid, whatever her name was, you saw how she just insulted the customers. So Miller Lite had a golden opportunity to jump ahead of this and to make grounds and catching up with Bud Light, because Bud Light has been the number one selling beer for the longest. So Miller Lite could have closed that gap a lot, but they are just dropping the ball. And there's a graveyard of pro-feminist advertisements, yet these companies are still pushing this stuff. Let's look at some examples. CoverGirl, several years ago, released their Yes Girls Can advert saying, "Girls are beautiful, you're perfect the way you are, you can do anything, just put on this makeup." If you're perfect the way you are, you put on makeup. That didn't go over too well. Snickers, portraying men as rude, disrespectful, and heavily driven by sex. Here in this ad, you have a bunch of construction workers. They start catcalling these women, and they go really overboard in that. Dove soap, another woke feminist ad. Dove soap is saying, oh yeah, all women are beautiful. This is real beauty. The name of the campaign was Real Beauty. And then in the picture, you have all these quote unquote plus size women, and then you Photoshop these women to look better than they even look naturally. But these aren't even real women. This is an example of the real spectrum of women. These aren't plus size women. Plus size, what? I don't see any double chins. I don't see double chins. Where's the stomachs? Plus size women that I see on a daily basis, stomachs are hanging. I don't see any cankles. Yeah, so they create this fake image of the real spectrum of women, saying that all women are beautiful. Didn't go over well. And yeah, most notably Gillette. These idiots. The vast majority of their customers are men. Yeah, they put out this advert showing men bullying, engaging in sexual harassment, just being overly aggressive, being sexist, and then they're showing, oh, boys will be boys, like, as if this is just the nature of all men. And there was enormous backlash against Gillette. They lost a ton of money, billions of dollars in market cap value. And they later tried to backtrack from there, but I think it was a bit too late. And now Miller Lite wants to join the party. Let's read here. Miller Lite has defended a pro-women advert amid a conservative backlash, insisting there is nothing controversial about saying women shouldn't be forced to mud wrestle to sell beer. Yeah, so there was an ad several years ago. I think it was in the early 2000s, maybe the mid 2000s, where Miller Lite put out this commercial of women fighting over this beer, and they began to mud wrestle. Actually, let's take a quick look at that video.
Doesn't Miller Lite taste great?
Yeah, but I drink it because it's less filling.
Great taste.
Less filling.
Great taste. Less filling. Great taste. Less filling. Great taste. Less filling. Great taste. Less filling.
Oh man, now that would make a great commercial. Who wouldn't want to watch that? Yeah.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Yeah. So, great commercial. Great commercial. It's old school. You don't see them like that anymore because the feminists revolt every time someone even thinks of doing something like this. The beer brand released an advert celebrating Women's History Month in which the comedian Elena Glazer condemned Miller and other beer brands' past use of scantily clad women to sell their products. Yeah, I mean, you having such an uproar, such a problem with it, but weren't you making money off of it before? How much money did you make off of it? The comedian highlighted some of the company's old posters and cardboard cutouts saying, "It's time beer made it up to women." Glazer, who started in the company's show Broad City, explained the beer brand was buying up old marketing materials to turn them into compost for female hops farmers. Miller Lite is on a mission to clean up not just their shit. So vulgar. So, man. But the whole beer industry shit, she said. The advert was released in March to little fanfare, but it has resurfaced following a furor over its rival Bud Light's ad campaign with transgender TikTok influencer Dylan Mulvaney. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You knew you put this ad out. You knew that you were hiding under the radar. Why didn't you jump in front of this? Why didn't you put out something to draw more customers to you? But you sit there quietly hoping that nobody finds this. The company, talking about Bud Light here, the company saw its stock price plunge in the days after the Mulvaney backlash after a conservative-led boycott, with customers arguing the brand had lost touch with its audience. 2 Bud Light marketing executives were placed on leave as the brand attempted to repair the damage. Yeah, so Heinerscheid and whoever else they blame because the CEO acted like he didn't know anything about this. They were placed on leave. They weren't fired, so it seems like that they're trying to hide these people. Hey, let's send you on vacation, let's send you home, whatever, but once this blows over, we're going to bring you right back. Emboldened by their success, conservative activists have now turned their fire on Miller Lite. Well, whose fault is that? Despite its advert being released prior to Bud Light's partnership with Mulvaney. Conservative commentator Clay Travis was among those to draw parallels between Miller Lite's March advert and Bud Light's. These companies are broken and have no idea who actually consumes their products, he said. Absolutely right. These companies are clueless. So Bud Light trying to market to the pro-LGBT LMNOP crowd completely alienated their core customer base. I don't know what they were thinking. And a marketing executive said that she wants to draw in more youth, wants a younger consumer base. So what are you saying, that all young people are into this LGBT crap? I don't think so. So you're playing a long-term goal by crushing your sales in the short term. I don't know how smart that is, but you do what you do with your own business. But a spokesman for Molson Coors, Miller Lite's parent company, has refused to back down, insisting there is nothing controversial about his advert. This video was about 2 things: worm poop and saying women shouldn't be forced to mud wrestle in order to sell beer. Well, first of all, nobody forced them. They volunteered. They took the check. And also, if you have a large percentage of customers and people who saw your advert, if they have a problem with it, then you need to look in the mirror. If that many people don't like it, then there's a problem. Neither of these things should be remotely controversial, and we hope beer drinkers can appreciate the humor and ridiculousness of the video. Nah, don't try to act like it was all light humor when you go through this whole speech, this whole history talking about women this, women that. They should be given a spotlight. Men like seeing women in bikinis. We use it. Nah, don't backtrack from it now. It wasn't just some humorous, ridiculous commercial. You were serious about what you were saying. Miller Lite boosted its sales by using scantily clad models, including Pamela Anderson and Sofia Vergara, to front its adverts throughout the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, because sex sells. So now we're just going to act like that's not true. Sex sells. They included a Bikini Girl series as well as a catfight between Playboy models. Meghan Markle is among the women. Yeah, now look at her. Yeah, she done lucked up. Meghan Markle is among the women to have fronted the campaigns. The Duchess of Sussex did not appear in a bikini, but in a tight-fitting sleeveless top as she served Miller Lite in a 2010 advert. What happened to sex work is real work? What happened to all the leftists running out crying when people saying, oh, we need to do something about prostitution, all these OnlyFans girls and all of this? What happened to all of that? Let's take a look at this. Here we go. AOC, sex work is work. Defending all these OnlyFans girls, defending all this prostitution, defending these women who use their bodies in order to make money. But now all of a sudden, Miller Lite is backtracking from that. That's the thing about these woke people. They contradict themselves every day. The beer brand moved away from its bikini adverts in 2006 when marketing executive Irv Frederick declared the company wanted to move beyond that stereotype of men as the lowest common denominator. Yeah, but you were making money off of it. You knew sex sold, and that's how you ran your business. Its latest advert was spearheaded by an all-female team. Here we go. What happened to equality? Is it pro-women or is it equality? Because if it's equality, why is it an all-female team? Another contradiction. Miller Lite said in a press release accompanying the video aimed at boosting the brand's work empowering women in beer. Blazer signs off commercial with a toast. So here's to women, because without us, there would be no beer. So yeah, Miller Lite joins the party. Miller Lite told Bud Light, hold my beer. So you have a disaster brewing at Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light, and now Miller Lite is about to suffer consequences. Maybe they can do better than what Bud Light did, because Bud Light just refuses to apologize. They put out all these dumb ads and dumb statements, but they just can't own up to it because they're afraid of the woke mob. So let's see what Miller Lite does in response, and let's also see how severe the backlash is against Miller Lite. So yeah, Miller Lite has screwed up. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.